Hey everyone, and welcome back. Mr. Steve here with Mr. Kevin. As always, make sure we have our parents' permission, if not their participation when doing these exercises. Safety is the most important thing. That being said, we're going to stand straight and a sign of respect, we will bow. All right, we're warming up with our break fall into our ground fighting sets. Let's just work our regular break fall. We'll do regular break falls, just 1 minute. Make sure we still stand with base, but we'll be good to go. Echo. Play. 1 minute regular break fall. Let's go. Nice and controlled.
Sometimes I wonder if love has a meaning.
Halfway there.
Feels like the sadness won't end. Sometimes I wonder, why do we try? We're looking for everything. We still are taking, look closer to the end. I'm falling, and there's nowhere to return.
All right, and go. Pause. So, we were switching gears to work on defending ourselves from our fence. Remember, we talked about our fence being our fighting stance that doesn't look like a fighting stance. We call that a non-telegraphed fighting stance. So my hands are up, our feet are staggered. Again, we are moving. Since we're at we're concerned there's someone in our personal space to make us feel uncomfortable, we're putting a little more of an emphasis on our balance. So when I'm moving, I'm opening my feet. So if I'm suddenly pushed or shoved, I don't just fall. I have a better chance of bracing, so I can stay on my feet. But we're working with someone who's rare weight trying to strike. And if we can't avoid that situation, instead we're going to cover, which again, we bring our forearms close to our bicep as we can, where it's a full body motion. I bring like the meat of my wrist to my ear, but I'm shrugging my shoulders, I'm bending my knees, I'm bracing for impact, my elbows on my center line. I can see, but I'm oblique crunching into it. I'm really, I could not even step into it. I'm eyes open, but we're trying to channel the force of the shot throughout my whole body. And after I cover, there are many different ways we can counterattack. Striking to counter, as a counter, is an option. And so we were working elbows, close range tools, because again, if someone is striking, it is rare that they will be able to maintain a lot of space, especially if we end up taking the focusing on what we're going to do next, which is again clinching and getting yourself in tight. But now I'm going to throw my punch, but I'm going to throw my punch in a way that I'm not going to try to keep my distance. So again, I'll use an open hand palm. Mr. Kevin will cover on the same side as I go to punch, but I move my body in, and from here his opposite hand turns to be tight. So I'm going to twist the tip of his elbow, breathing out, and I'm going to stop with the elbow for right now. Hands are up, right? For right now, he's going to work opposite side. So if I swing my left, he'll cover with his right. Boom, and then he's going to elbow bang, with his left. Please, elbows are very powerful, and we can be less coordinated with them than with a punch or even a palm. Be very careful. If you're holding, again, this one only would be on our palms, but I'm assuming you don't have mitts at home like this. You're using like a cushion or a pillow or something that's not made for striking. So if you're going to use it, you have to be safe. I don't want to have the pad in my face and get hit. An elbow, even a soft controlled elbow, will really cut you up and really hurt you. So we're going to do this for 1 minute, and I'm going to have Kevin's hands are up. We're going to move whenever I want. I'll swing, but as I swing, I step forward. I'm coming inside. He's going to elbow, boom, and that's it, and breathe. I swing the other side. We'll cover tight, elbow. Notice he's clinching. It's a very safe option. Grabbing on, it's always doing, and pulling. You don't have to, but if you want to, absolutely feel free. 1 minute, movement, control, communicate. So if someone goes too hard, you should tell them. If someone's going too easy, you can also tell them. Echo, play. Let's go. elbows are incredibly powerful, and if we're talking a self-defense situation, after I strike, ideally I could run, but if I have someone with me who I can't leave behind, you want to make sure this person is unconscious or incapacitated. They're not going to fight back, and often that's where taking someone down or using the ground to help with a stranglehold is very beneficial. So we'll work now, and again, the thing about throwing an elbow as a counter, you have to have the accuracy, you have to have the opening, the ability to throw it. If someone is kind of either flurrying or you just naturally have this attack coming at you, and it can be a little overwhelming to where it can be hard to feel like you've covered to open up. And so instead of throwing the counter elbow, we're going to work on closing the distance. And again, I'll demonstrate it first. We're in here, the idea of if I was far away, I'm not going to lunge in from too far away. So we're going to be within conversation range, but I'm going to be sure not too close either, at least an arm's length. The moment, as the way it's moving, I'm bending my knees to get this cover, but move forward, and then move forward again. We have multiple options. We'll work our single leg, so from here I can literally put my forehead on his chest, my hands will clear onto his biceps, as I bend from my knees to grab, picking the leg up, and then turning. Now normally this would be a violent, throw as hard as you could, but if we're training at home with banana mats, it's so important that we do our break falls right, and that we're careful, because the most dangerous thing we do without question is a takedown. So falling even on mats, if it's too aggressive, you can get hurt. So please, doing this at home, I cannot say it enough. Don't turn it into like a wrestling match right now. All right. So we'll begin. If Mr. Kevin throws his shots, I'm covering in. One up. Again, there's other options. We could be going to the body, but usually the body lock takedown is a little bit of a harder takedown. At least in terms of actually training it, and I'd rather have you train it here on the mat so I can watch and keep it safe than you doing it at home for right now. So with that being said, I'll swing it, or I'll swing it to you, and you can cover, and then take me down. Yeah. All right, 1 minute. Echo. Play. Less than 30. And go. Pause. So again, once we're inside, we have multiple options for control, whether it's into the neck, the body, or the legs. I think the single leg is probably one of the safest ways to train from that position. But we do want to become familiar with multiple options. With that being said, we're going to work on our standing headlock escape. There are several escapes that I think are important to know, because the truth is, this is a movement that we have an opportunity to stop early, but at the same time, if we're late, we'll require a slightly different movement. And we're going to deal with both extremes. We want to be able to see the opportunity to be early, but we also want to be able to, if we aren't early and we're being taken down, what do I do to avoid being put in the worst case scenario? So that being said, we're going to be standing headlock. I'll show you first again. We'll talk more. We'll start with this from a self-protection point of view, where Mr. Kevin will be standing relaxed, and of course he understands that his general awareness is the key to avoiding the worst case scenario, right? I mean, even if he could hear me coming up to where he would turn to look, you know, as I go to grab his neck, his hands will start to come up a little bit and get his hands between us or do something before I'm able to grab his head and start to pull him off balance. Worst case scenario would be that if I'm able to get my body in front of his shoulders, wrench his neck, and then off balance and twist, and we both fall to the ground, and you know, we both land on his head or his neck. Horrible, painful, dangerous. We gotta be careful. With that being said, if Mr. Kevin grabs my neck and his legs in front of my body, what happens is he's pulling my head out away from my hips, and his legs blocking me from being able to follow. So number one, when he grabs, I will grab his far hip, but my goal is to step, right? If I can, if I haven't been, I can feel I'm still on my feet. I want to step my outside foot in front. So as he's pulling me, my right foot will step around, and as my right foot steps around, I'm trying to bend my knees and get my chest open and my head up. My right hand will go to his inner thigh here. So my head is up. So I want to have my hips low and head up. And as soon as I sit, again, I could go right to the body. The problem is, for right now, we're at home, we work with our single, and so we will switch. That is an option as well. Where I'll come down and I'll grab 1, 2, and lift. Now when I'm here, I can absolutely take him down in a dozen different directions. But assuming he has me in a headlock, he's probably going to be leaning on my head, which means I'm going to throw him forward by stepping my front foot back, pulling his leg into me and twisting. I kind of tuck my chin to my chest, nice and easy. I twist, to throw him. And again, this motion would be as hard as possible, rotating. Sometimes people will go face first. And you know, if they don't catch themselves, that's a serious injury. We have to be safe. Let's see that again. So as he grabs, I step around, and 1, 2, and I'm up, stepping and twisting hard, throwing him straight down, taking my chin down, flipping my head out, taking my chin, and again, as hard as I can. So let's do this. We'll go just nice and easy. 1 minute. You can grab. We can work either side. Doesn't change. This isn't this defensive. Meaning, if he were to grab it from the other side, I just step in the other way to where I grip, and I'm stepping in. I'm gonna head up right before I step back and rotate. Tuck my chin, straight space. We'll work for today. Eyes open. I'll stand. You can work off either side. Just a minute. Grabbing a headlock. He's trying to pull me forward. Again, this is me at least having the awareness to react before I go out. We'll do what happens if we aren't early enough next. For now, 1 minute. Echo. Play. So control the break falls. Let's go. Mats at home. Echo. Pause. All right, so excellent job. Again, I would love for you to practice these movements with more energy, but for me, it's about making sure we're safe when we're at home. Again, we're only doing these drills to keep our skills sharp. We have an opportunity to get back on the real mats and train more energy. With that being said, everyone's having fun. Take a quick break, and we'll be right back.